Well, had a bit of a shaky start, so definitely room for some of these teams to do some upsets.
Yeah, for real. Look, fist bumps coming in, and that normally means one thing. It means we are close to starting out this series here. And with that graphic, that all but confirms it. forZe take on Monte. So weird. Seems to be in that lineup. But here we go. Nuke is about to kick off right here, right now. And of course, is Monte starting on that CT side.
For forZe, gonna be setting up, looking to go straight upper, it looks like. Smoke already onto nade. Delos and kRaSnaL looking to take first contact, but it's Gizzy through the smoke with the first Warrow with a follow-up. And they are locking them out of this bomb site with ease. Demka with a double. Bomb is out of their grasp. And Monte looking to grab an easy pistol.
Yes, Flash is slightly delayed there on the A hit. It felt a little bit disjointed there, which I guess kind of what you seemingly would expect, but it's fine. Like, you just write it off. It's the pistol. No harm, no foul. T-side. Nuke, it's always a little bit difficult. Demka getting a bit loud there. Love to see it. Here's the first from Gizmy, obviously providing Overwatch from heaven, and yeah, just a little bit of a clean-up there. It looks really easy for Monte, and if that's part of the course, this could be quite dangerous early.
Not much found, so Glocks. UMP for kRaSnaL. But prioritizing the rifles are Monte. The long game to be played. forZe just going to do the classic. Sit back, see if anyone gets a bit too aggro, a bit too inquisitive, waste some util, and then run somewhere.
It seems like ramp, which means Ryu, one of the Monte-Gen players, he wasn't really involved in the pistol, starts to step up. Oh, and that's pretty simple, isn't it? Oh, immediate 3 kills for Ryu. They line up for him as well. Warrior steps in and helps out. It's only Glocks. It's nothing to really shout home about, but it's good for Monte that they keep every single player alive. They don't really waste too much utility off the back of it.
Yeah, and if you're the ramp player, it also just feels nice to get those eco kills in round 2, right? You know, because it's a pretty punishing position to if you start slow. And I believe that's taking over Bro's position, right, on ramp. I feel like he was a pretty solid anchor player.
Yes, you're right. Oh, well, Smiley Graffiti got cut off because we were in a little bit of a techie.
Ref's on Smoother again. Causing trouble. Had to bring over support.
Not needed.
No.
All right, something to do with the audio. It's fine. Hopefully we'll get that fixed really soon. It is cool to see Smoother back, though. Like, it's been such a while since he's been sort of in competition at this level. Obviously, it was for Fnatic for a little bit. It was played under the Witches project most recently. And steps in to play with forZe here. Haven't really had too much to really say about the game so far. Only 2 rounds in, and it was a faster pistol coming out from forZe, and then they all grouped together. And I feel like that pack mentality is going to be pretty key here for success stories, especially on the T side of Nuke. Just go somewhere together, make sure you're guaranteeing these trades, and making sure you're just putting pressure on a lot of the players, because suddenly you can then force these rotates over. And obviously Nuke, it's so difficult to try and coordinate rotates in the first place. So if you're sending a lot of manpower over there, reinforcements are going to be required almost instantly. It'll be really fascinating to see what the overall plan is for this group of players. And I think for Monte, it's just making sure that none of the disruption is sort of harming them really early on. They just want to be in a powerful position. They don't want to allow forZe into the game. The moment it gets scrappy is where it gets scary for Monte.
Yeah. Yeah. With these 2 new players that have come into the roster in like literally the last month, you know they've been pretty hard at work. It looks like Warrior's got a big smile on his face. I feel like he's in a good mood. I feel like he's not a player you often see joyful. You know what I mean? Yeah,
he's very like calm and
individual.
calculated. Yeah.
Yeah. So Yeah, it's good to see him in a good mood.
I feel like Gizmi will also like kind of bring that to the team as well, just like get the hype up.
What's...
I try to communicate in sign language. They obviously can't really talk in tech pauses.
Is he wanting the hand warmers? Is his hands cold? All right, fist bumps. Everyone's getting a fist, which means we're getting into the action.
Looking at the distribution of players as well, because it's like the way that forZe are sitting, it's Samuya on the end, and then next to him is the stand-in and Nickelback. I wouldn't have... It's one way to do it. Obviously, you could stick both the stand-ins on either end, and then you're kind of making them feel more involved with the core. It's also just personal preference. Mac 10's fast play potentially, and yes it is, straight in towards A. Celta around the corner, kRaSnaL drops the molly, but I tell you what, the A bomb site is being overwhelmed. Demka through the fire and the flames though will do some damage. Xiaofi alleviates the pressure, it's a 2-on-3.
I feel like could have got a double that, but no swing from heaven, potentially Warrior's thinking about pushing the smoke. Bomb down, 2 players low HP, Warrior just appears out of nowhere. Smoothie doesn't know what hit him, but now it is just Warrior. Knows that Nickelback's playing the side, has a suspicion to Shelfie's position from Denka's information he commed earlier. So Warrior has the read on both of these players, but no kit and no peek. So his chances dwindle. And forZe, with a fast one, will lose every player, but they will get the round.
Yeah, nice fast play. Immediately, the flashes that come through the first window on the left-hand side out of spawn completely blind kRaSnaL, and it delays him half a second to put that molly down. And by that point, with the split through hut, the path in that forZe take just round the left-hand side in front of the silo, it means you can immediately link up with your players running through Squeaky. You can clear top hut, then you can deal with backside later. That push straight through the flames, though, at Demka, it felt a little bit desperate at first, but it nearly resulted in the round completely turning on its head. Good work from Woro to firstly sneak through the main smoke and find Samuya in the first place, and then just completely clean up house. So although they get away with the round, it's incredibly expensive for this T side.
Yeah, Woro gets the AWP off the back of it. You feel bad for Demka. I feel like it should have been 2.
Look at this. Hello. They're already in Squeaky.
Go back to the one that, oh wow, how does that miss? Go back, just gives a bit of a jiggle. Demka doesn't want to stick around. And Tania seems very aware of Gizmi's very passive angle. But that timing is horrendous for him. Gizmi picks the perfect moment to jiggle. Tania was like an inch off spotting him too. Like, you just need to walk a little bit further, but didn't want to expose himself. The trade is there at the very least. Xiaofi gets one back. Monte are being proactive. 2 down towards lowers, and well, that's where Nickelback with the bomb is.
I like this, though, from Woro and Demka, because they're just moving in a pack, and they're making sure they're getting rid of these extremity rotates. And now all of forZe are just concentrated in towards the site, and that can get a little bit tricky. Great flash, but Nickelback doesn't go through it. Instead, it's Celta through the control room windows. 3-on-4. Flash goes the other way. Nickelback can have this crossfire now with Celta, and it works out perfectly. This player in from ramp is really late, and Woro can't really get involved. kRaSnaL can't see a thing. It has to be a disengage if they can't find anything in the next few seconds. Hoping, praying that someone reveals themselves, but it's Samuya from behind the silo. forZe get another. It's impressive to see how dynamic they're being. As soon as contact is sort of felt in towards outside, you've got that trade with Gizmi and Xiaofi. Immediately, the ramp play activates and they take the space.
Yeah, and actually watching that post-fight, it almost felt like forZe with the team with the edge on the communications, just in the way the fights were taking place towards double doors and the spacing and who was taking contact, who was trading off the other. Despite the player advantage for Monte, they come out behind in that engagement. And kRaSnaL's just way too late on ramp. So beautiful from forZe. Just the saved AWP for Monte.
It is in the hands of Woro, who hasn't died yet. Fast play again, straight back to A, but Woro's at the back of the bomb site, and even if you can get past the first player, there it is. Well handled. Ryu up high, but it's tNer down low that locks in with the MAC-10. Money made as well for forZe, and that AWP is irrecoverable. Demka just hoping for a little bit of a shock, but nothing coming his way immediately. All right, forZe. You got my attention.
Warrior was in the perfect position as well, but yeah, needed to come up really big from that spot. And just overwhelmed by the sheer numbers of forZe. When it's just pistols that are supporting you, you know, it's a little bit hard to get the multi. AWP recovered. Smooya gets a few little friendly shots from his teammates. But his reward will most likely be that AWP. This is great stuff from forZe. I'm impressed with what we're seeing so far.
I'm interested to see how the game plan from Monte will shift or whether it will remain the same. See timeout just being called now for 30 seconds, but it's interesting to see that most of the contact is actually coming through the proactive plays of both Waro and Demka. They were the players that started over towards Squeaky in the round prior. They both rotated towards Fence and killed Shalfie that was over in towards Secret. Is it going to be kind of those little hunting squadrons from Monte? Are they going to group up and just kind of hunt in pairs? Or is it going to be a little bit more passive now that you've seen forZe more often than not go towards that A-bomb site? Because that is now something you desperately need to be aware of. Maybe something that they will take into account. That's what the breather was for. Back out on the rifles, notably no AWP for Waro.
Smooya has his. He's in charge of the util, which is very lucky on the CT side, worth noting. Outside smoke's deployed. Spam is good. Shelby finds what he thinks is a gap, but plugged immediately by Ryu.
Yeah, but now you know ramp's open because Ro's the ramp player. tNer should be dealt with by Waro, and he is. But there's that gap exploited at ramp by forZe. And they're just going to accelerate on this immediately. Waro in the perfect position, though, to shut not one, but two of them down. It's just Celta left. He opened the show, and now he needs to close it. But you can't get past Waro. 2K in the name, but it's 4K in the round. And Monte shut things down.
That's a really sick round from Waro. The rotations as well. Knowing that a player potentially gotten across those outside smokes, goes and checks out first, and then back on over to support immediately. Swings out onto the side to a position you don't expect, you know, after the contact, you know, it's been commed over that he was in double. You're not immediately expecting him to be on mini ramp. Like, that's a very committed position. Normally you're expecting him to play a bit more passive, so big round from Waro. Gets the AWP from the dead body. Monte ties up.
Smooya's now invested the AWP. Hello, Celta. Found a little gap in towards the vents. What can he find? Well, currently no one is on B to join him, but his position alone can cause a little bit of chaos. Smokes are going to consistently be recycled from Monte over towards Squeaky Door, really funnel these T's to rush in towards Hut, but that's not going to be the objective. How much can Celta find from down below?
Yeah, I don't think they're aware of this possibility. Shelfie shows a bit of presence. Alright, now Celta makes himself known. What's the response from Monte? Gives me, yeah, he's just holding for this push. They've got a double ramp set up. This is the perfect response. Celta is going to be looking for this player, but gives me holds for it, and now you're not ready for Ryu to be here. Warrior rotates down, but there's that extra piece. Ramp is locked out. Monte one step ahead.
Really nice positioning, as you said, and even just Waro rotating over as being that kind of threat from hell just completely sells the idea that Ryu was never a factor. Instead, it's now just tNer completely on his own. Some nice ideas from forZe, though, because you're getting yourself down into positions that could potentially be pretty compromising. But it feels like Monte have got some really good sort of backup plans if things go wrong. Committing yourself into the save is tNer. No way to try and get that bomb even past a few players. So he'll survive with $0 to his name, but an AK in his hands.
does put you in a funny position when the rest of the squad is on like 2K. So you can see the need for the timeout. Surely you're not going to invest around this.
No, you won't. Xiaofi will probably even save and won't even dip in to get a pistol, probably to prioritize the AWP for Smooya. So now it's just kind of protect the bodyguard and set up this AK for success. This ramp hold was so good.
Yeah, I liked it. Do you reckon Ryu's a Street Fighter fan? Is that where this come from? Or is he a weeb? Could be both, actually.
I'm not sure.
Strong correlation, really.
We'll find out this week. Back to A. Again, fast play. kRaSnaL says no, not today. However, okay, the util will push them back. They were still developed into this idea. Demka's trying to get tricky with it, and he's already walked through this smoke, and he's at the back of Squeaky. Waro now over at ramp. But Ryu is here immediately, and there's another player as well towards Hell, I think, as well. Not even needed. Never mind, that rotate was a little bit further away, but again, it's this double layering in towards ramp.
Yeah, I just wanted to get that AK active early, right? See if you can get a pick and just steamroll off it. But alas, could not. Now the result with the same AK, it's just Mach 10 on snare, so it's decent. It's okay. Util lacking, so getting aggro outside is everybody. But it's Demka taking names, 2 of them, in fact. Warriors here as well. And there's a 3rd player. Excuse me. The whole darn squad's outside. And they've made an absolute mince pie of forZe. I don't know what that means.
No, me neither. But I was letting you go with it.
Yeah, well, meat pies are real, like, it's a massive Australian thing. Like a meat pie. You know, you got Greggs in the UK?
Oh, yes, I do.
Yes, me, you know, it's Greggs. Yeah, well, if you go into a bakery in Australia, you get a meat pie. So, and we also don't do a dry. We put sauce on our things.
Cool.
I like
it's just great, Lucy.
Baked goods.
That was a full investment. Monte's still very much committed into fighting just all together. Look, here's a lobby push. It's just so difficult for forZe to really have any semblance of map control, and it forces them to go elsewhere. Gizby can now take the contact, and that sets up Demka nicely. Demka might not even be needed. kRaSnaL steps in as the first responder. It's another very clean round out of Monte. And Xiaofi, last left alive, he was in lobby. He's now been spotted. Any digs? No, not to be. Monte 7 rounds already on this CT side. It looked close to start with, and now they're just running away with things.
Yeah, it's not... Oh, yeah, Demka.
Oh, yeah.
Tie it up, all right. Yeah, it feels like the last couple of rounds, Monte just had all of the players exactly where they needed to be. Like, the information gathering to set them up for these setups. I mean, they kind of got lucky that they did the aggro outside play, the round that forZe went 5 outside, but sometimes if you have repeated success, it's not just luck. It's just being good.
Yeah, they're definitely being good right now. Demka's, he's doing the same thing again, maybe. No, okay, so the smoke goes deep, and it gives him a little pocket of space just to see over the top. Smooya to be tested against kRaSnaL, perhaps. Missed shot. Oh, he's dead. Wallbang through heart. That's a little bit frustrating, but Demka's push gets punished. At least that's an immediate trade here for forZe, and Tanir's got decent space outside.
Yeah, it feels a little silly from Demka. You're in a 5v4. I guess the idea there is that you've just killed an AWP holding in lobby, so you felt there's an extra bit of space there, but I feel that if you've spotted an AWP in lobby, there's going to be multiple players present on the T side. An AWP is never solo lobby, you know? So that feels a little bit of a cowboy move. But yeehaw! Moro takes a swing with the stick. Tania has gotten into main. Gizmi's trying to deal with him and does plug that gap. Now we've got pushes upon pushes, but the bomb has dropped. That's calmed immediately.
Yeah, Shalfie's seen them rotate. He could maybe even...
Up. Oh, no, too late.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But Incendio is going to force Celta out and maybe straight into his death. Great trade, and this sets Shalfie up. 1 on 2. There are kits. Warro delegated to hold single door, and that looks profitable. And it will be. Great angle from Warro. Gives me a lock in the defuse, and look, forZe posing problems in that round, and that's to a couple of overextensions there from Monte, but again, a right idea to find the vent drop. They've been able to get that in consecutive rounds now, just to plant the bomb, but they're so disjointed ultimately that Monte have got just the personnel just to overwhelm.
Yeah, it's a shame he was so committed with the bomb at that point because of all the information that had been gathered and these players rotating around. But is what it is. 8 for Monte, looking for 9, unless forZe can slow down this Monte trade. They found a bit faster. That's a nice kill from Nickelback, straight onto kRaSnaL, playing around this smoke that's mid-sight. This is a lot of craziness in A. Spamming, trying to catch one. Might find Nickelback who's, revealing himself. Demka flustered. Warro's still in the hut. The AWP present. Smooya aware, but Smooya falls to that AWP. It has to be Warro and Gizmi. A 2v4 for this round.
Yeah, nice idea from Warro, but the smoke's already in the way. The nade just kind of gets absorbed by that door. 4 on 2. Of course, last round and a half, you are going for this. Gizmi walks around to support. But with Celta on top hut, this is going to be a really difficult one to manage. Not to mention that you're half the manpower that forZe have got on this site. Good crossfire's been established. Molly will force Shalfie out the last possible moment. Okay, there's one back. Smoke on towards main. Flash is good. Celta still not revealed. And you've also got a player in Tania in heaven. This one feels unlikely, and that's because it is. forZe will get one more round and end the half with 4 as we go to a break.
Bit of a smoother start to Nuke for forZe, but going down to the CT side, there's hopes that they can get the ball rolling.
Spooner.
Yeah, because it's smooth.
Smooth, yeah. Okay.
Man,
Look,
I've not slept in like 2 days.
True. I enjoyed it. For Monte, they would have also enjoyed that first half. Immediately going towards A and double push, perhaps? No. Okay, so Nickelback's going to get first contact here on Demka if he chooses to push through. Celta with the duel. He's up close. Gizme's got the bomb. He's got to be a bit careful. There's a standoff going on right here, right now. Celta on the corner, drops the bomb, but gets immediately traded out. Here's that Nickelback fight we were talking about. He just shuts the door in Demka's face. Ryu, however, on the bomb site, able to probably punch into just in a sec. But there's 2 players immediately here from Heaven.
Shot from Smooth up and a follow-up. He's getting it done. And it leaves it to Demka, who doesn't have the bomb, so he can't even drop vent. Shelfie catches him just as that smoke fades. Demka hoped that there was timing to cross, so forZe get the CT pistol.
Yeah, good rotations there from forZe as well. I like how aggressive they were playing. I think the Celta angle's a little bit tricky towards door, but the dual Berettas in towards Hut was pretty decent. I've got the names the other way around, but it ultimately doesn't matter. Principle's still the same. So you're hitting some nice shots from Heaven. Pistol necessary. Pistol acquired. No bomb plant, no money. Monte on the eco. They want the AKs out ASAP.
Yeah, we've got a few MP9s in the mix. Actually, some money to be farmed. Smooth's M4 in play. And he might have some fun. There's a few players coming his way. That's one. You feel like the FAMAS and the M4 are the perfect combo to deal with all these players. You're a little sad they go outside, you know, because you got these MP9s. But maybe you can still get them active. Tania's gonna try and get a couple. And he will. He's making the most of the SMG. Now we're getting a little bit closer. Just 2 rounds between these teams, but as you mentioned, the AKs will be coming out.
Yeah, we saw with the guns, that's where Monte, it felt like they were doing their best work. Just trying to really restrict the map for forZe, make it really narrow on that defense. On the offense, it'll be interesting to see what they are coming up with. Probably be par for the course, solid default here. Outside smoke's being dropped. All forZe get aggressive with the bonus. 3 MP9s could do work in a lobby crunch, but that's not to be. Everyone's just remaining a little bit calm, apart from Nickelback, who's weaseled his way in towards radio.
Yeah, it's a good move to make when you've still got these SMGs. Not only, you know, is it a nice up close and personal angle, but it's also just good information gathering. You might even see him link up with a teammate to get lobby control once they get a bit of a whiff of this outside play. So Shelby has seen 3 go across. They've already got a player down there with the M4. Oh, no, they don't. But they do have the MP9, which gets 2. Keeping it into a 3-on-3. Another rotation, Shelby. He snuck through control. And this could be the fly in the ointment, but no, Ryu is going to back up. They're waiting for this aggression. Demka was aware that one came down to a timing call, but the trade should be there from Tania, and it is. Bomb spotted in a very uncomfortable position. Where's kRaSnaL at? He's the critical element. Oh, he's heard Tania. Surely a freebie, and then the bomb can come up.
Yeah, that's everything. Just kRaSnaL being the loose man, and he can be the extra ingredient Monte needs to get the bomb down at the very least. And they're grouping together. Ryu, pretty convinced that Xiaofu will be on the angle, and he is. Immediate decapitation. And as soon as the AKs are here, Monte arrive. There's some really nice, obviously, MP9 work from Celta down low in the vents. Got the UK head-to-head immediately. See you later, Smooya, says Gizme. It's just all about kRaSnaL worming his way and guaranteeing the kill on A that really seals it.
Yeah, there's a lot of timing moments in that round as well, right? With particularly Demka, that fight, it felt like that was a 50-50 whether he was going to be facing the right way when Nickelback came around that corner. Hands out the way of Monte. And they're going to take the timeout, recognizing the importance of picking up this round to pretty much guarantee them the map at that stage. So forZe. They've got the AWP. Here we go. CT AWP on Smia.
It's got a pretty forward spawn as well. Could go towards ramp. It's a difficult one to kind of get to red outside. So no, he'll head in it. Nickelback's going to be here supporting. And Smia, okay, not going for anything too aggressive. Just going to hold the line instead. Outside smokes a little bit earlier from Monte. Signifies to Xiaofi that they could be crossing. It's really interesting watching forZe on CT side, and Xiaofi in particular, because he's a very dynamic rifler. He will often plug a lot of gaps that forZe will deliberately leave open for a period of time, and he'll always gather this info. Zelta playing the same angle he did in the pistol. Trying to be baited in by Tennere at backside, but that molly is going to offset him. Gizmi not ready. Is there a trade? Yes, just about. Ryu makes it so, but Tennere on the back lines will grab another, and maybe even more. So difficult to try and get past these players, and Xiaofi rotating him from main. It's perfect.
Yeah, it feels a little disjointed, but I think part of that is just because of forZe being such a pain with some of their forward positions and the utility usage. Monte almost forced to go for these fights, and yeah, it feels very separated, each of them. Tennere has this nice little spot behind the molly. It's a team molly for back silo. I don't know whether, I guess it's there to flush the player off the top of the silo, but it almost gives him a one-way.
Something that's also just been very prevalent in both of these sort of T sides so far is the lack of flashbangs in towards A. Feels like a one flash there would enable space for the Hut players to be able to scale, but instead we don't see that. Scout on Warrow. Deagles on Demka and Ryu. But that's the investment. forZe can all very well just bring this within one round of play here. And they might do that, especially with Xiaofi swapping players jumping on top main.
Yeah, I mean, the scariest thing here is this scout hunting for any sort of tag, but Smia able to find that kill. And Xiaofi can have a field day outside. There's one. As we play Juggle the Scout. I feel like everyone thinks that they're like a scout god. I feel like if you see a scout on the floor, you just pick it up and you can just feel that highlight moment coming.
It kind of worked. Demka got the tag, Gizmi got the collection. But Gizmi's on 3 HP. And also, it is a 2-on-4. Jump past that angle. The Smia was in. That's a nice shot from Demka. Okay, so some damage has been inflicted, but it's not a critical mass. Normally, if you get 3 kills there, you say, okay, that was a pretty good investment. 2, though, from that situation, it's not all that bad.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they're hunting for, right? Deagle, Scout, and a call for a timeout, it looks like. Smia gets to warm up as well with his AWP. A lot of just open engagements he gets to take. Nice and easy. Yeah, just a one-round game. forZe's CT side looking a lot stronger. And yeah, I guess, I mean, this is always the conversation with a team that's kind of just come together in a way. You feel like the CT side, if everyone's in a role that they're comfortable with, it should be okay, you know, if you just perform in your position. The big issue is when, if Monte play a bit more spread and kind of go for timing plays and things, and you have to call rotations, that's when it can get a bit scary.
Yeah, well, we're seeing a very different Monte when it comes to like the philosophical approach on defense than we are on offense. This one does feel a lot more spread, a lot more defaulty. Everyone is kind of more than willing to take these individual fights, and I think that's because of the success that happened on the CT side. But they were finding a lot of openings by having the trade potential even be available to them. Okay, Nickelback. That's one way to open the round. Immediately deals with Woro, who's been the feature piece of Monte this entire game.
Yeah, that's not the way you want to start. Just trying to cross on over. I want to give him another chance to frag. Spots one, but he is not ready for Demka to have crossed. Perfect timing on it. Southie's going to spot one as he drops over. Oh, that was maybe the moment. Demka, oh, sorry, Gizmy found a great lurk timing, but couldn't convert the long-range spray. Smooth is down here with the AWP. Scopes in, that's been heard. But ignored. Bomb plant denied. This is a perfect defense. Demka's scrambling. He's got no delete Smooya. All right, okay. Still feels unachievable. And it is.
Yeah, nice shot though, and good layering by forZe down on B. Smooya not overextending. He just wants to guarantee that no one's scaled in towards control room. As soon as the double door blows off, that kind of accelerates his play.
I think they didn't realize Smooya was there, right? So
absolutely.
The molly is on the stairway and doors are blown open, and the bomb planter sees no one in double. So I think Smooya just found like a small gap, and the scope wasn't heard.
Yeah, the biggest issue there is that Monte don't take any space beyond the bomb site. Typically, you're going to see players as, well, Xavi has a field day outside. Typically, you'll see players go in towards control room window. That's exactly why Smooya was holding for that peak. He fully expected Monte to work their way into his line of sight. Instead, he brings the fight to them. Pistols, unexpected to achieve very much, especially with the bomb being dropped at back red. This gets a whole world more difficult for Demka and Woro. Hoping that forZe extend and give them an opportunity. But for all intents and purposes, this is going to be a 10th. And from an 8-4 lead, it completely capitulates.
Yeah, and I just feel like we haven't got to see too much of a Monte T side. It feels very much like a group up as 4 and then have a lurk element in play. But the 4 seems to be running into a bit of trouble when they take contact.
There's also just the element of the economy, right? forZe have been really good at denying the bomb when Monte have had the rare opportunity to be in a position to plant it. There's been not a single defuse this entire half, which puts you in a state where you're constantly having to have the pistols every other round. Woro will be limited and not be able to have the AWP as much as he would have liked it, if even at all. Surprised we've not seen a variation of some faster A plays. I think we're going to get it here in round 20.
Yeah, it feels like it's a possibility. See a couple of players set up in lobby. Player on roof to throw that util. forZe started with 3 players present here. The lack of outside smokes means that they're not too worried about this space, but now they are going to land. I think Gizmy's maybe just looking for the main wrap for all of this when they do hit into A.
Yeah, Gizmy serves 2 purposes here. It's for him to be late round activating or drawing enough rotation and sort of players to take a look at his position when the initial hit comes in. So kRaSnaL's now going to line up even more utility. This will be the commitment here from Monte in towards A. But so far, they've only made Nickelback move down towards B.
Yeah, it's not really been anything that's kind of made forZe feel like they need to position elsewhere. Zelda's actually going to
so good from Zelda.
Yeah. Oh, this could be everything. No one's playing through the hard angle. Gizmy does find success outside, but Zelda is in the back lines. And he's found the first and the follow-up. But kRaSnaL has burst into the side. So they found the space. Flash forward, Nickelback is going to join up with his teammate. kRaSnaL, powerful position behind the Tetris, and it's a perfect round from kRaSnaL. 4 from him. And Monte, get double digits.
That got weird, especially with Celta flanking. kRaSnaL comes down the ladder and they both miss each other. And while Celta gets a multi-kill, kRaSnaL goes one better. 4 kills immediately, rescues the round for Monte. Here's that Gizmy first kill on towards Xiaofi as well. That's the activation point, and from there, kRaSnaL just does absolutely everything. From throwing the initial util at backside, and that's a variation as well, because that draws the incendiary from Tanir, which ultimately inspires Celta to go for that play. Doesn't work out. Fast Mac 10 plays Celta. Oh, scroll wheel jumps. That's not ideal whatsoever. And now kRaSnaL and Ryu can get kills apiece.
Monte don't have to commit. Oh, although...
They do, the bomb.
Where is that?
It's just outside Squeaky.
Okay, I don't think the CTs know.
But do they know they don't know? Well, it doesn't matter now. kRaSnaL's got it.
It's all good. Everything's okay. A is free.
Good timing here for Smooya to get aggressive. Xiaofi spots. Oh. But doesn't see initially. How far does Xiaofi investigate? Because his timing could be everything.
Smoke through main, so Xiaofi catches good timing on the smoke blow. He's not going to see anything. And this push is going to be the moment. Nickelback catches the perfect timing. Smooya's up. Oh, if he got around that corner. Xiaofi's very low, so he can't get too involved here. That's the bomb, trying to bait in Nickelback. Spotted. kRaSnaL fighting forward. Needs to be careful. The AWP is holding for it. And Moro might get one back and a second. Hold up. This is suddenly doable, but the bomb is not in his grasp. Needs to be the perfect shot from Waro, but the positioning from Nickelback is just one better.
Yeah, I'll be honest, the positioning on the CT side from forZe out of some of these individuals has been absolutely fantastic. Xiaofi in this round, again, gets curious, holds towards Squeaky, doesn't see anything, so steps in a little bit closer towards main to hear for footsteps, and as soon as that smoke comes in, not this one, you'll see it again on the highlight reel, that sets the wheels in motion for this radio play. Smooya and Nickelback push together. It feels like it might be all said and done until Waro puts this in a one-on-one, but yet again, it's that off angle from Nickelback. Monte tripping over their own shoelaces, at times it feels like, but it's a really good heads-up counter-strike from forZe to keep them in the lead.
Yeah, it's great to see them going for a lot of these plays, right? That's a great push through ramp. Especially after both those players came out heaven initially, if there was going to be the commitment to A. When there's not, they realize there's gap elsewhere. We'll get the info. Why has Gizmy just got the Tech 9?
AWP maybe for Waro. In the next round. Waro will have enough with his loss bonus to get an AK and prioritize an AWP in this, so Gizmy the sacrificial lamb, but it means he can get a little bit tricky with it. Forced to smoke immediately out of Xiaofi, who is everywhere. Garage, main, secret, you name it, Xiaofi's there.
Okay. What's the rest of the team going to get up to? Taking a bit of deep control. Player in lockers. Not anymore. Knockout punch. Good opener for Monte.
Oh, okay.
No presence everywhere. Okay, re-aggression. Yeah. Demka's holding for it. Easy. Oh, Gizzy wins that one too.
This is a really clever round out of Monte. We'll get back to it in a minute because the action's coming through. Celta hears them. Celta knows they're in main. Sorts a gun barrel up then and can't get a kill. Target selection a little bit off and now Smooya's left alone. A 1-on-5, it will have to be a save. This is great. Monte have just seen in the previous rounds that forZe disengage and then they fight elsewhere. That's why you've got Demka holding towards Hut, and you've got Gizmi that made it down to Secret initially and is holding for that play. As soon as the deep outside control is taken, the natural reaction is normally to push in towards lobby, which is why they've got Demka there. And just in case Shalfie's getting up to his little tricks outside, Gizmi's there as well. So 2 insurance policies, and Smooya even falls down with the AWP at the very end. Nothing saved here for forZe.
That's brutal. Yeah, this one feels a little bit better. Monte ready for all of the aggression.
Oh, wow. He saw the quick switch.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh, they're all in forZe. They have, like, no money. If they lose this, it feels done. Flood nade, but it doesn't matter right now.
3 MP9s and 2 pistols. This is a crazy call to not play for overtime. You had 3 players that were kind of floating around that 2.5 to 3K price point. You feel that if you just play for OT, you'll have a reasonable buy.
At the same time, the style of forZe in this CT side has always been aggressive and fighting on the front foot. Molly's great, which locks off the 2 players that are down B. Gizmi trying to work a gap. There's a slight pixel he can see around the smoke, and instead he's going to hold for the secret push. This is really nice. If he's able to claim these kills, he's achieving so much pressure. He's effectively got the contact of 3 players just by being here on his own, and he's even hit the timing in towards main. Zelta's done for, and now the wrap can commence for Monte in towards A.
That's beautiful from Gizmi. Oh, Tania overlooked. Morris saw him, but still able to get one. They should still be okay. Can get scary. Smooya's just making noise, being a distraction. Oh, Shalfie slinks. Looking for the headshot, can't find it. It's Ryu, 20 kills. His Hadouken is warmed up. So an AK will be saved into the final round. Monte on map point.
If he's allowed to save it, like Ryu's already hunting him. It looks like he's gonna, go in towards Garage. Being quite loud about this, so Smooya should get the jump on it. Flashbangs, oh, it's so great, but it also blinds Ryu. Back turn, Smooya's position revealed, and now he's got to run. Now he's got to get away in towards spawn, and just about manages it. So we'll hold on to the AK at the bare minimum. But it feels like a little bit like a consolation. That's the only weapon forZe are going to have.
Yep. He can drop it and buy a rifle. Like a FAMAS, I guess. Yeah, forZe were feeling like they were in prime position, weren't they? And these last few rounds, Monte just wrested control of the economy. Let's put forZe in their place. And these hunts have been perfect as well, right? Denying the AWP in the previous, denying anything except that AK into this round. It's not pretty.
Warro's read this game really well in terms of the space that Monte been able to acquire outside has by and large been uncontested from the immediate pressure point of Garage, of main. This is, I think the furthest we've ever seen a forZe player outside, and he's been spotted. Gizmi comes off worse for wear, but Warro above the smoke should be able to find Shalfie, and he does. Otherwise, your oyster.
Go back. In danger. Warro's got a good read indeed. And that's all on to Smooya. It's not going to happen. Warro with the final kill. Monte take Nuke.